This video isn't so much a training video on how to use AudioSwitch as it is an explanation of this data that you're going to see for the different files that you load into AudioSwitch. One of the reasons that this is such a useful program for audio files for musicians is that we provide you with a lot of data that you don't normally see when a file is opened either on your computer or in other programs. Specifically, you look at these different columns, and let's just briefly walk through them. We have the file type, so you can see the file format here, whether it's AIF or MP3, whether it's any of the other file formats that you typically have for audio files, or even if it's a video format, you can see that in this list here. We show you the file size. We show you the kilobits per second, and this is a measure of quality. The frequency rate shows you the sampling rate or the frequency rate per second. A standard audio file is 44.1, but you can have files that are 48. You can have files that are half this value, which would be 22,500. You can have values that are 96,000. You can have even different frequency rates besides those. The bit depth is yet another audio value that's used especially by people who do a lot of recording. 16-bit is pretty standard. You can see 24 and 32-bit. You can see 8-bit, which is some of the older radio files. And on compressed files or on some files like MP3s, this cannot be calculated, and so the value that's put in here is float. Channels, this simply shows you whether you have a mono or a stereo channel. And we've talked a little bit about these last four columns because they relate to the volume normalization, but you can see the actual calculated volume for this particular file. You can see whether or not it's clipping, and then if you apply volume normalization, you can see how much gain you're going to apply and whether it's going to clip after the volume has been normalized. So this type of data can be very useful for you because you can see at a glance all of these different attributes of your audio files, and I just wanted to briefly explain this to you. And with that, we'll conclude this training video. Thanks.